Thank you for worshiping with us today. As I say every week, I pray that today's service was hopeful and meaningful for you. A couple of announcements I'd like to share today. This Thursday is our book club, our book group, and they have been reading the book Tomorrow Will Be Different, Love, Loss, and the Fight for Trans Equality. And it's a personal memoir that those who have read it have found incredibly meaningful. And in fact, the foreword was written by President Joe Biden. This week, we are having our final Touch Base Tuesday until next winter or fall. Touch Base Tuesday is something we came up with within a couple of hours of realizing we would be separated for a period of time during the pandemic, never knowing it would be 14 months instead of 1 month. It has been a wonderful gathering place, a drop-in for friends who have deepened relationships surprisingly through our separation. We meet on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Zoom. And if you've been a part of it any time during the past year, it would be great to come by and celebrate how successful it's been, or if you've never made it but thought Tuesday is your last time. We are not going to end it completely, though, because it has been such a meaningful experience. We talked about making it happen again during the darker winter months, so it's not done yet completely. But it's just part of that whole transition of what we're moving toward, and that does include, as Terry said, a period where we will begin gathering again in person. You will hear something either later this week or next, because our team has been working hard on all the details of this, about how next month we will start in small groups bringing people into the sanctuary. But as a reminder always, worship will remain accessible to you no matter where you live. If you can come whenever you want, it'll be here. If you can't without booking a flight from somewhere in the country, you will always be part of this congregation. And we are so grateful for that outcome from the pandemic, that you are with us. My last announcement is to just sort of share a word of sadness for our Park Hill neighborhood. The opportunity to host 50 homeless people in shelters in the parking lot of the Park Hill United Methodist Church has proven to be a bit controversial as expected, but you'd think neighbors working together would figure it out. Well, 4 individuals have intervened and put in a lawsuit against the pastor and Park Hill United Methodist Church. Don't know what this is ultimately going to turn into, but it has even further divided much more sharply our neighborhood. And a lot of our we have members of our church who have lived here 50, 60 years. This is particularly painful because Park Hill has a particular set of values that would include things like welcoming people who are homeless. As the neighborhood has become gentrified along with the city, some of those values are at tension with the cost of living and simple access to downtown. It's a transitional time, and there's pain around it. But I want to just encourage our members here to stand up for the values of our Park Hill neighborhood of inclusiveness and tolerance and welcome, and find ways in which we can put positive spirit into the attitude of this neighborhood. I know how painful it is. And Sue Wofford sent me an article this morning about the school that her grandchildren go to. It shares property with a church. Children playing in the church's playground right next to a place where homeless people are served a meal. And we just marveled at, that is exactly what we want to teach our children as they play, that we are also serving our neighbors. That opportunity exists in Park Hill if we could simply open our minds and hearts to it. I add this to our prayers today. So now, as we go out into the world, into our own homes or wherever we are, I pray that God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God look at you with kindness and give our whole world peace. Go and have a grateful week.